to be honest with you, I think a lot of people cannot stop talking about Channing Tatum's performances as Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine. There's a reason why people love him. Some people hate it because of the accent, because he's fat, he's not ready to be the character. So basically, you're just judging the book by its cover. And every time I see one post on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube about Gambit, people, for some odd reason, really hate J.D. Tatum's performance, and I really don't understand why. But it seems like a lot of people are cutting him some slack this time, so I'm not really surprised by it. So, shout outs to Colander for actually talking with J.D. Tatum about the possibility of him surviving in his own timeline. In the post-credit scene, Deadpool returns to the TVA to prove that he wasn't entirely responsible for Johnny Storm's death at the hands of Cassandra Nova, and Gambit can be seen in one of the TV monitors, seemingly alive and well after the epic showdown in front of Ant-Man's corpse. When they questioned Tatum about the scene and whether that second long clip showed Gambit returning to his own timeline, Tatum gave a surprisingly definitive answer. And so basically, what they're talking about with Gambit going back to his own timeline, I think we all know at some point that he might have returned to the X-Men universe to fix some issues with the Fox's timeline. Because when you think about it, in 2013, there was going to be a Gambit solo film under Fox, but that ended up getting completely scrapped. So it wasn't that he wasn't good enough for the role. He actually wanted to play the character because he has the accent, he sounds and talks like Gambit, and he moves like him from the 90s animated show in X-Men 97. So to be honest with you, I think if you give him a solo film in the MCU, whoever he faces, I think chances are the Gambit solo film could end up being like a TV show, like a mini series about his life, about his character development. But when you think about it, under Kevin Feige in the MCU, Lord knows that Channing Tatum is gonna knock it out of the park as usual. Because let's face it, his version of Gambit is one of the main reasons why everybody loves the X-Men. I mean, let's face it, 2024 is the year of Gambit because of Channing Tatum's performances as the character. And you've seen my live stream drawing of the character. It was my first time drawing Gambit overall. So I ended up making a time-lapse version of my art video, and go check it out on my art channel. The link will be down below. So, get it back on topic. Channing Tatum's performances as Gambit could be the it factor, is the reason why the X-Men exist in the MCU. Because, to be honest with you, both Logan and Wade pretty much fixed their timeline and fixed their own issues to save people from dying in their own universe. But thankfully the MCU pretty much corrected everything and fixed everything. So Channing Tatum had this to say. I think at that moment, if I had to guess, he's definitely still in the void, but there's something that is happening in that moment that maybe no one knows. Oh, okay, so the part where he says that something is happening that nobody knows, he could be facing off against maybe like Sabretooth or one of the X-Men mutants, or maybe the Juggernaut in its own universe, in its own timeline. Because, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up getting an official announcement of the Gambit film, of who's going to be facing him in its own universe. It could be a TV show or even like a movie. Because to be honest with you, I pretty much prefer for him to actually just get his own TV show, maybe like a 10 episode show, like a mini series, pretty much like how the Falcon show was. Maybe at this point, the Gambit TV show might end up working. because if you put it in the film, I don't think everybody's gonna like it. But if you put it on a TV show, it kind of makes sense just to give Channing Tatum his moment to shine as the character. So I'm pretty much a sucker for Gambit because he's my favorite mutant and character at the same time. And it's all because of Channing's performances. I became the #1 fan of Gambit, in my honest opinion. So I think we might end up seeing the entire X-Men in the Secret Wars and in their own debut in the cinematic universe, in the MCU, in my opinion. So I'm here for it. So what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments down below, and I am out.